Attempts are being made to hide behind yet another leadership council at a time when the leadership of the United National Party is challenged. This new segment, The Leadership Trap, is dedicated for this purpose.
This is the 24th year that Ranil Wickremesinghe is holding on to the leadership of the United National Party. In over 2 decades, the party has lost nearly 30 elections. At all the instances when the leadership of the United National Party was challenged by party members, its leader, Ranil Wickremesinghe, used tactics like establishing leadership councils to evade the problem. The country remembers the leadership council that was established, headed by Karu Jayasuriya. It is possible that even Karu Jayasuriya is unaware of what happened through this leadership council. Not only did Ranil Wickremesinghe drag back the United National Party and its supporters, but also resorted to hide behind 2 common candidates in a bid to hang on to power. In 2010, Sarath Fonseka was fielded as the presidential candidate, and Ranil Wickremesinghe ensured that he protected the position of party leader and opposition leader. Again in 2015, Maithripala Sirisena was fielded as the common candidate, and Ranil Wickremesinghe was made sure that the positions were secure. After the victory of President Maithripala Sirisena, attempts were made to grab the powers of the president through the 19th Amendment. If not for the legal action taken by MTV, provisions that could jail heads of media institutions and provisions where they could be fined would also have been included in the amendment. The Supreme Court, after considering the petition submitted by this network, said that 2/3 majority and a referendum is necessary to approve the problematic clauses. The people now understand that the 19th Amendment, which is brought forward to rob power, has only brought about more problems. The supporters also understand now that irrelevant of what happens to the country, Ranil Wickremesinghe has been able to safeguard his position as the leader of the United National Party. Again, when the leadership of the party is at the risk of being challenged, what Ranil Wickremesinghe is trying to attempt is to create a collegial leadership council.
The presidential election is coming up next year. I would like to remind you all that we will contest the presidential election with a candidate that would win it. Ranil Wickremesinghe is the current leader of the UNP. We will face the election joining forces with him. We must thank everyone who supported us directly and indirectly, including the leader of the TNA. We have to put our maximum effort to fulfill their aspirations. At the upcoming presidential election, we must work to bring a real agent of the United National Party forward as the president. We also hope to leave aside the party differences and register the United National Front as a broad alliance.
The latest leadership trap in the Collegial Leadership Council has now come to light. According to the Daily Mirror, a collegial leadership of 10 members is proposed for the new political front to be formed by the United National Party, along with the like-minded parties such as the Sri Lanka Muslim Congress, the Jatika Hela Urume and the Tamil Progressive Alliance. It added the constitution of the new alliance, called Democratic National Front, has already been drafted. The UNP will have the chairmanship of this leadership body.
Leaders of so-called parties that have only 1 or 2 members and leaders whose members are travelling in 3-wheelers are now bringing forward a theme called the Broader Alliance and are trying to join their teams into the UNP. If they are trying something like this, that is not something that the people hope for. When the strength of the UNP has been brought down by putting forward 2 common candidates, everyone is now rallying together with the blessings of the leadership to create a single-party government. There are young leaders like Sajith Premadasa and Navin Dissanayake. We would like to bring this to the attention of the Prime Minister. Do not act according to the wants of the so-called leaders and sacrifice our party. We must win the next presidential election. The question is, who has the want to create a broad alliance? There are questions as to why certain backbench parliamentarians who were against leadership councils in the past and who said restructuring is necessary have now lifted their hands and approved this after receiving ministerial positions. We make a request from this group that requests this broad alliance. We are against the fact that they are trying to achieve their leadership objectives through our party. Their second-tier leadership has to also understand that they should not be at the back and must come forward with a rigid backbone. They must accept the challenge and discuss matters with the leader and take future actions. The UNP will never change. When there is an issue in the leadership, they are trying to bring up a leadership council. What are they trying to do? Ranil Wickremesinghe will remain the same in the same position. There is nothing else to say. Without handing this over to Sajith and Navin, he is destroying the party. Sajith and Navin are waiting to get this. They will never get this. They will never ever be able to get it either. They must fight for it. No one will come forward and say here is the presidency or here is the Prime Minister position. Ranil Wickremesinghe is trying to be the candidate in 2020. That is good. Come, if that happens, the UNP will go back several years. That is clear.
එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය පස්සට යනවා කියන එක අපි පැහැදිලිව කියන්න කැමතියි.
The UNP has convened a backbench parliamentarians meeting tomorrow. The groups who rendered their support during the so-called 56-day struggle have also been invited for morning tea before the backbench meeting. This is exactly what happened in the past when the leadership was challenged. What will happen in the end? Will the United National Party supporters end up without the United National Party?